Is Canada government shutting their borders and what you need to do? So just in case you're planning to apply for Canada visa, within the last 1 month, the Canadian government has introduced series of anti-immigration policies, and some of those policies include: number one, students don't automatically qualify for after study work visa. Postgraduate work permit is no longer automatic. Number two, before you can apply for postgraduate work permits, you have to write IELTS. So that's another policy that has been put in place. Another one is the fact that they've limited the number of permanent residents coming to their country. Another one is the fact that there's no longer 10 years tourist visa. So which means, compared to before, whereby if you're applying for Canada visa, you're going to get the maximum number of validity on your passport. So for example, if your passport would expire in 2030, you'll be getting visa valid in 2030. If your passport will be expiring in 2034, you'll be getting visa for 2034, which means literally 10 years. But going forward, the consulars or the visa officers now have the right to issue it based on their discretion. For example, if you are planning to use 1 week, they might decide to give you 1 month, they might decide to give you 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, as the case may apply. Another one is the fact that before, you can easily convert your tourist visa to work permit. They've also scrapped that. You can no longer convert your tourist visa or your visitor's visa to a work permit. So with all these things I've mentioned, it just shows one thing: Canada is changing some of its immigration policies. And why are they doing this? So I'll be discussing several reasons why this is happening and what you can do going forward. Number one, politics. As you may know, the current political party in power, they're currently losing trust from the people based on the fact that within the last, let me say, 2-3 years, the economy is kind of going down. So with this, everybody's not happy. People are feeling that outsiders are coming to take their jobs. So in order to prove to them that, yeah, we got you, that we are not really pro-immigrant, we are just for the people. So they're trying to put in these measures just to show that they really care about their own people. Secondly, election is coming. Just like every other country, every other politician, you will try as much as possible to do things that will make you gain favor from the people. So with this, they're putting all this in place just to ensure that a lot of people vote for them. The third one is the fact that there's housing crisis in Canada. But right now, this cost of housing has skyrocketed, and that's because there are a lot of people coming to the country. As you may know, once there is demand, automatically the price goes up. So with this, Canada real estate sector has been going up within the last few years. Number four is the fact that the Canada economy is not what it used to be like 4-5 years ago. Right now, the economy is kind of struggling. We've seen increase in recession in that particular country. So with this, they're trying to put in measures to ensure that the people get value for it. Another thing is the fact that we've seen the cost of goods skyrocketed within the last few years. So with this, the easiest way to do is to stabilize the economy first before they make any other decision. Another factor is the fact that they've seen huge number of people coming to Canada to stay without having anything to sustain themselves. And they've also seen high increase in the number of people applying for asylum, because most of the time, what people do is this: they will just get their visitor's visa thinking they can come to Canada and just get a job. And once they're not getting jobs, automatically they seek for asylum. And they've seen increase in the number of people seeking asylum within the last 1 to 2 years. Another thing is the fact that they realize that a lot of people are using the study route to immigrate to their country. So with this, they've seen increase in the number of people coming to Canada to study within the last 4 to 5 years. So in fact, it has almost tripled. And that is why what they're trying to do is to limit the number of people coming into their country. Now, back to the main question: what can you do? So just in case you're planning to apply to Canada, or you're planning to apply either for study, visitors, whatever, there's one thing you need to understand first: is you need to start your application immediately. The greatest mistake you would ever make is to delay. So why delaying? Because like I said, within the last 2 years, we've seen people who are able to move from study to permanent residence in less than 2 years. We've seen people who are able to convert their visitors visa to work visa. So what that means is this: people that have gone through this process within the last 3 to 4 years are lucky, in the sense that there are no restrictions. But now they're introducing fewer restrictions. But that doesn't mean you can't still apply for a Canada visa. You can still apply, but whatever ones you can afford at the moment, I'll just say apply for it. Because once election is over, there's a very high chance that life will go back to normal. And they might introduce some new streams for people to come into their country. Trust me, right now, Canada needs a lot of people. One of the things that have grown the economy within the last few years is influx of immigrants to their country. So what they're now trying to do is to limit the number of illegal immigrants or limit the number of immigrants coming to their country. That way, they'll be able to structure it in such a way that the numbers that are coming in, they'll be able to accommodate them. What they're trying to do is to limit the number of people coming to their country so that they can be able to accommodate them without putting a strain on their economy, on their infrastructure, or their housing. So with this, trust me, in 2025, there's a very high chance that there will be more pathways, and that doesn't mean Canada has locked their borders. You can always still apply for Canada visa, but ensure that you have all the necessary requirements before you move forward. There'll be high increase in the number of rejection. So the way to escape that is ensure that you start building your statement of account, ensure that you provide every necessary document. It always makes sense to over provide documents than to not provide documents or to not provide sufficient documents. So that way you ensure that whatever you are providing, you're providing excess. Whether that document is needed or not, leave it to the embassy to decide. Provide excess documents that would support your application rather than provide less documents. So just in case you're wondering, what are the documents you need to apply for a Canada visa? I'll be dropping it. You can check it right here. These are all the documents you need to apply for a Canada visa. So if you find this video useful, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.